Get it on and popping.
You ain't got to start all over again, girl.
No, I mean, I have to start the live all over again.
Oh, yeah, the live. Yeah, that part.
Everybody's going to hear me talking, yelling at you on here.
So, do I need to get on the group? Go back in the group, too?
You could go in a group if you want to, like, write comments and stuff like that. But, yeah, I'm going to play it from off the phone.
So I don't think it's needed.
Huh?
I said we can hear you. It's just whether or not Keisha reads the comments.
No, I do read the comments, but sometimes it doesn't show up on here.
Oh.
I'm on the live already. I don't know if y'all can see me. They can hear me talking to y'all. Listen, we have to start the live all over again because Alicia Schuler, she decided to call me in the middle of the live on FaceTime, Facebook FaceTime, and then it just cut the whole live off.
Not call you on Facebook.
You did call me on Facebook. So now I have one viewer. I have one viewer. I don't know who the viewer is. Antonio, okay. We got Antonio, the first viewer, and I don't know who the second one is. Y'all say hello. We starting this all over again. I'm not going to start all over again. This is going to be our part 2. What's up? If y'all on here, say what's up. See Antonio. Antonio's on the phone too. We called back Antonio on the phone so he could say what he had to say because of the fact that every time that I'm on the live, it actually, and I call people in, if they're not at a Wi-Fi location, I guess, it like makes my side echo. And I don't know
why. You want Zoom it? Why you want to do Zoom so it can be like a bunch of people can join this? You should try that next time. Like make a Zoom room and then everybody can just jump in and you give them the pin.
I told you, Antonio.
I do Zoom all the time, but I don't know if you could do Zoom on a live because that's the only thing. Like people, I want
Zoom
them.
Is live.
I mean, I did like Zoom.
You can see everybody's face. You can be the leader of. You can control it too.
No, I've done Zoom. I've done things on Zoom, and we did it, and then we just reposted it on there. But it wasn't like live where people could write like how they are here. Like I like it like this, so people can interact.
Whoever join in, they can talk. You can have up to like 30 people, 100 people sometimes.
No, I mean, I want to do that too sometimes, but I do like the live because I like the interaction with people, like, you know, how they can write questions or comments and then.
Okay.
Oh, I hear somebody echoing through somebody.
That's
so
me. I'm trying to listen. I'm on live and I'm on the phone, so my bad. I'll turn it down.
Now it's going to take time for me to get my viewers back up again. I had some people.
Come back and watch it because I got I got a couple things to do. I got like a couple minutes. I made time just for the night.
All right, well, we're just going to go ahead and get started because Antonio, he said he got things to do, places to go, and people to see, and he only got a few minutes for us. So we're going to get back to, this is like a to be continued. So basically, if you watch the first one, you're going to have to watch the first one to see what's going on in the second one. We're going to kind of... to
the post too, and so I can really.
Yeah, so you could really go in, so you could go off on me after I say everything I had to say.
A good conversation, we both seem like we're trying to learn, so that's all good. Long as you learn something new every day.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. And then that way, anybody that missed it, you can watch it back, the first one. And I'm going to just talk about what we started talking about. We basically were saying, I had some men come to me and say that women never take responsibility for anything. I didn't know exactly what they meant. And we spent like a whole 30 minutes waiting for a man to get on here and say what they really had to say. And me and Antonio, we've been going back and forth in a relationship group about stuff like this. So that's why I wanted to like bring the subject back on. So now he got on and he had some stuff to say, but the live was acting up because I don't know why. So he just called in, and I have my sister Alicia on the phone who messed up the live because she called me on a Facebook, Facebook FaceTime, and then it just cut the whole live off. So we're going to blame everybody else today. We're not just going to blame the men. We're going to blame the women too, Alicia and Antonio. It was their fault. So Antonio is going to tell us now why he feels that women never take responsibility for anything. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear him clear. I'm going to put it up to... Okay, go ahead, Antonio.
Well, let me clear this. I never said they're like, I said it's more, that's more of a human nature thing, a lot of people. But it's more of a woman because men, A lot of men are soft. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of us soft, and they don't hold their women accountable. But me, I hold women, especially my woman, accountable. So
Sheesh.
shit, I'm like, if I was a woman, I'm like, shit, if he gonna let me get a hit, shit, I might as well take him out. That's how I feel like some women think. They got that spoiled, that princess mentality, like, oh, I'm a princess, he better let me slide on.
Listen,
a lot of men aren't being men, they're not holding women accountable. And shit, it's like anybody, that's like a child. If you ain't gonna say nothing to the child, gonna keep doing it. Not to compare women to children, but
listen, though, you know what? I feel like Antonio been on Facebook on the relationship group talking real saucy and talking real reckless about us women now. And now he on here trying to butter it up a little bit.
You feel some type of way because you know I'm right.
No.
I might not be right with my delivery, but you know I'm right. So,
Listen, did you get a chance to go back and look at the question that we were talking about yesterday where this came from? Because we were going back and forth, me and Antonio, and I see him going back and forth with a lot of women up here on the group.
No, we're not going to do that. I want to go back and forth with that one girl because she like to start stuff, so I just don't even comment on it.
You be going back and forth with me too, and I don't be starting nothing.
But we don't, it don't be like negative. It be like, you try to get your point, and then I try to get you to understand from a man's point of view. Because it seems like you want to understand men more,
Like I understand men more?
Like you want to. You want to learn too. Like you want to know the psychology of a man.
No, I mean, I'm deep into psychology. I love psychology. That's like one of my favorite subjects. So, but I feel like they say like when you go to school and you learn too much sometimes, it's like you learn so much that it make you stupid sometimes. Like where you just feel like you know so much, but you really don't be knowing what you be talking about.
It don't make you stupid. It just feel like nobody on your level. Like nobody ain't, can understand, comprehend what you're saying because you deep in what and you can feel a certain way that, like y'all was saying like, in the question I had, like, y'all was answering the question, like, well, how you want us to answer it? I just wanted y'all to be honest.
But the question said women, it said men, it said what is something you don't understand about women? So then as a woman, I was answering from my perspective, and then you were trying to tell me that what I was saying was wrong. And that's what I was saying, like men find a way to like try to blame women for the things that they do when it was asking like our thoughts and our feelings. So it's like you can't get mad at a woman's thoughts and feelings because that's their thought and their feeling. That's how they feel. It doesn't mean that every single woman in the world has to feel that way. But when you said, then I heard somebody else say women never take responsibility for anything. And to me, I took it like the opposite because I feel like men never take responsibility for anything.
But see, you didn't answer it. See, that's why that's another thing like y'all do. Y'all, I asked you a question and you manipulated it, and I feel like men don't do it. So you didn't even answer the question first before you even did that. No,
listen, you got to get the specific question. Like if you can look it up. Look it up.
192 comments on it. I'm trying to go through it right now.
No, that was from yesterday. Not from. You said 192 comments. It ain't no 192 comments on there.
I'm gonna be looking at something wrong. Okay, it got 57. Okay, I was looking at it wrong. Okay, say here go the question, and it was I feel like Melly, God first answered it perfectly.
No, she didn't answer it perfectly. She answered it how you wanted her to answer it. That's what it was. Perfectly is how you wanted her to answer it. That doesn't mean that was the right answer.
She admitted it. She admitted what every man wanted to hear.
That was it, but that doesn't mean that's the right answer.
Listen, this is what I said. I said, why y'all have a man but still want attention? Is it daddy issues, insecurities, or narcissistic issues?
Hold on. Right? Let me repeat that to y'all. His question.
I think everyone wants attention at some point. There's good attention and bad attention. Just depends on which one they are looking for. But some women don't want attention at all, just like some men don't. It's definitely a person thing, not just a woman thing.
Yeah, but what was wrong with that?
Men don't look for attention. Like we like.
Yes, they do. Men really look for attention. Think about it. Men, if a woman is not giving them enough and doing this and not doing that, think about it. A woman could do everything right, and the 1 minute that they're gone and doing something else, the man goes and cheats, and that's their reason. They wasn't getting enough attention, or they weren't, their woman wasn't treating them how they want to be treated. Men go for way more attention than women do. I don't even want to hear that. That's a
You
lie.
kind of break it up. But see, you not answering. See, I think you taking my question, what I'm and put it into your terms. I'm actually, my question was like, this what Millie said. Women literally want attention. That's our thing, and I mean good attention from our men. It gives us assurance about the man. Also, I was like, okay, I like the answer she said, because she said that women, it's like gold to women, attention. But if you have a man and you already you have a man, why do you need attention from other men? Why do some women, not all women, because I don't want to be the all police. Majority of other women, they need attention from other men.
But the question was,
every man looking at them, and when they walk in the room, and
but men are the same way too.
draw their attention to them. Like, why is attention so big?
So, Antonio, to answer your question, I don't think that women look for attention from every man.
That's what I
think
told
that
him.
Women look for attention from men when they're not getting attention.
That's exactly what I said. Look back at the comment. He said it was wrong.
No, who? Me?
That's exactly what I said. That's the answer that I put.
I'm saying that I don't believe that women intentionally go out and say, you know what, I just want attention. I think that sometimes when women go out seeking attention when they have a man, is because they feel that they are not getting, they're lacking something from their man.
That's
Whether it's a man not giving them a compliment, whether it's a man not acknowledging them yet, they can go into the grocery store and other people are turning heads to look at them. So I don't think it's something to say, like, I don't have to go out and necessarily desire attention. I actually prefer to not get attention.
Alicia, you just
But
read
I think
everything that I said. I mean,
you're
you said,
lacking something at home.
you're saying everything that I said in that thing, and he told me that everything that I said was wrong and that I wasn't answering the question. And I said, how am I not answering the question? I'm answering it from a woman's perspective. That's my answer. It doesn't mean that every woman would feel the same way, but the question asks about women. You said, why do women like attention from other men? And I'm trying to tell you why, as a woman, I would want attention and why I don't want attention. And then he told me that I was wrong for saying what I was saying. And then my cousin came on and she said exactly what he wanted to say. And he's like, oh, I like that answer.
Like, from your point of view, I was asking for you to think.
As a woman, we can't answer for every woman, because some women have.
What's up, Johnny
issues, some
Booze?
women have mommy issues. Some women have
What's up,
issues
Milani?
with, their significant others or other trauma that has happened in their life.
What's up,
So you
Bernard?
can't answer for every woman. You can only honestly answer from your perspective.
That's
And
what I
if Mother
told
God
him.
first said that people want attention, or that's what women want, then that's what she wants. That's from her perspective. And so, you and I, we had a conversation before, and I told you, we just going to have to respectfully disagree. So, I just, because this is how I'm looking at it as a woman, and you're looking at it from a man's perspective, trying to understand a woman or what you think a woman would think. And it's like, you can have 10 different women and get 10 different answers, but that's that woman's truth.
That's what I told him. What's up, Bernard? Listen.
I want to know so I can get a phone.
I'm wrong for answering.
I didn't say you was wrong.
Look, we done started something now. We got
right now.
argument on the phone.
Not Keisha. This is Alicia right now.
No, but you're saying the same thing that I said to him on the live. I mean, look back at the question. Look back at the question. Everything that you said to him is the exact way that I answered the question. Me and him went back and forth on the question because he was like, oh, well, you're beating around the question. You still haven't answered the question. I said, I did answer the question. I said, maybe this doesn't pertain to me. It said women, and I figured as a woman, I'm just giving my perspective. But now you're telling me what I'm saying is incorrect. So the subject tonight for you guys just joining is saying, men are asking women why they never take responsibility for anything. And the subject kind of came from a conversation I was having back and forth with Antonio Evans is his name. Antonio. Antonio, we were talking back and forth, and basically I said my answer from a woman's perspective, and he tried to tell me that what I was saying was wrong. And then I heard another guy say women never take responsibility for anything. So I was like, okay, let's get into this subject because this is pretty interesting, and I need to see, where he was going at. So we started a live, it got hung up. Now I got Antonio, and I got my sister Alicia Schuler over here on the phone, and they having a back and forth argument now because of the fact that I told Antonio the same exact thing that Alicia just said on the comment, and he still basically said that we're not answering the question right. So to me, I feel like you can't take responsibility for something that you didn't do or that you don't know that you do. And earlier in the other live, before it got cut off, before Alicia called me on the FaceTime Facebook and hung up the whole live, that I had to start all over.
You did. Let's get the part about the.
What's up, Ashley?
First, because I think you missed.
What's up, Melly?
I think we all because. I thought I was talking to you, but also Alicia was saying that. I think Alicia broke it down kind of good. You didn't. At first, you were saying that women, it's the man, and if she ain't getting attention from the man, but like,
that's what Alicia just said the same thing.
Give women all their attention. I know a lot of dudes give their women all their attention, all their time, and they still be like they could be. The man could be like, say he talking to her. But let a dude that she feels cute or higher value, she will break concentration, focus with that dude, and be watching the other dude.
Oh no, I know you ain't going there. When a woman walk by, every woman that walk by, man, break their whole neck. I mean, it ain't even just a little stare look. Like the man will break their whole neck, and they could be with a whole nother woman just standing right there. Listen, everything that you saying, that's the stuff that men do. You putting the blame.
It is subjective, but women crave attention more than men.
No, they do not. Men crave way more attention, and men crave sexual attention.
This is Alicia, and I will say that first off, Leonard said that we need all women to respond without placing the blame on men.
Thank you.
But I will say that I think it depends, because you got to keep in mind, some men do things to get attention from women. So what about the guys that go out and flaunt money and do things like that?
To get attention.
I don't consider those.
Thank you.
I think that naturally, I think that women may crave attention more, but don't think that men ain't out here trying to do things to have girls flocking to them or to get attention, whether they have a girlfriend or not. So
they do.
That's all I'm saying.
Preach.
Okay, I agree on that.
Preach.
There's out here that act feminine. So do you consider those guys real men? You can't consider them real men if they out here acting like women.
Hold up. Let me tell you something though. I feel like people get it confused just because what is a man acting feminine? Like, because there's men that are raised by women that like just treat women differently and that know what women want and need, and
that's not what we're talking about.
What do you mean though by acting feminine? I just want to know, because you was like, do you consider those men like the ones that crave attention? There are a lot of manly men that still crave attention. Like, think about the men that go to the gym and flaunt their bodies. Like, that's why I said men will go out in different ways and try to get attention without telling people they want attention, but they still want attention. Like she said, flashing money is trying to get attention.
Because Antonio be on Facebook trying to show off his muscles.
Oh, he be showing muscles on Facebook.
I don't do that. I do that for attention. I do that because I save my videos so I'm making a personal page. That's what I'm doing. And I'm trying to like.
But that's still getting attention though. You want attention from customers. You want attention from somebody.
But it ain't like when women go to like y'all have y'all short. Man, we have to keep our body tight. That's attraction. That's different from attention.
No, a woman has to keep their body tight too.
Confused with attention.
No.
Yeah.
Listen.
Attraction and attention is not the same. Men, we work on our bodies to attract women. We don't do it for attention. Because we don't want every woman attention. Like, I don't want a 300-pound woman.
And wear shorts in the gym because they want their bodies to look right. What if they work out for the sense of attraction as well?
And what if they hot? What if they got menopause or something and they get hot flashes?
You cannot say just because somebody work out and post. That is not That's help. That's somebody who's trying to.
But that's what I'm saying. What if a woman?
I'm talking about what
If a woman is exercising and she has on some short shorts and a sports bra because it's hot in the gym,
They might be having hot flashes.
Say you and your man. We're not talking about the gym.
I'm just talking about from the aspect of attention. You're saying that when men do things or men have to keep their body right, well, women have to keep their body right too.
Of course they do.
Hold up.
Get no attention.
Johnny Booze.
What we talking about is women show
They're not gonna let
off
me talk, y'all.
their bodies for attention. Men, we have to work on our bodies for attraction from women. And no woman want no 300 pound, no.
And no man don't want no 300-pound women either. Like, I mean, some men do, but at the end of the day, like, we do the same thing y'all do. Like,
that's because a woman with 300, she still don't get more attention than that man.
no, they ain't. Some women like big men. I like chubby men. What you mean?
Just cool. I see you at South Carolina, man. What up? Yeah, I'll be hanging out there.
Listen, Antonio has a sidebar conversation. Antonio's over here going in on us. He's trying to say everything that men do and try to put it on women. And then they try to say that we don't take responsibility.
Men to categorize all women, all men. You can't do that because you don't like it when we do it. So let's not try to say all. Like me, I don't put my video. I'm proud. I'm basically proud of where I came from. And when I work
where you came from, Antonio? Antonio.
It make me feel good, and I also make videos to attract people to come work out with me. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like a business.
Hold on, we got some comments on here. Johnny Booze, he always talking junk. He talking about because y'all raggedy. LOL. He talking about women raggedy.
I put on the timeline. I ain't sorry, Johnny. I ain't doing that, Johnny.
Look, Johnny about to get, look, we about to go off on Johnny too, because he was on here a few times.
Ready to go off tonight. We see she ain't been trying to be logical tonight. She trying to get some straight.
Melly's on here now too. Antonio said he liked your comment yesterday when we was going back and forth. He said you said the right thing. And I told him just because you said what he wanted to hear does not mean that that's the right thing. Because they trying to say women don't take responsibility for anything that we do. And before, because we kind of been getting off the subject, we talking about something that kind of go with it, but that ain't the subject. Because the last one, I wanted one specific example of how women don't take responsibility, because a woman can't take responsibility for something that they don't know that they're doing. So I need a man, Antonio, at least while you on the phone, give us one good example of how you feel women just don't take responsibility for what they do.
And that's the same thing I was going to ask, because when you said the princess personality or mentality, I want you to unpack that a little bit and kind of extend and give us an actual example.
A story.
Accountability for cheating is different than not taking accountability because you forgot to do something. So
okay, I see what you're saying.
We need a whole story, a real story, like something that will make people relate and be like, okay, well, maybe I did that one time. Maybe that was me. Maybe I didn't take responsibility. We need like a real example.
Well, you will have to ask your man. How about you ask your man that?
Oh, he don't want to answer that. No, he don't want to answer that. He don't want to answer that. He ain't gonna answer that. Trust me, I done went there before.
Ask him first before you ask me, because I can't really come.
Look, listen.
Because you trying to deflect now.
Listen.
You say, give you an example. You have a man. Your man is.
Hold up. Listen.
He say first.
Y'all need to refer back to the last slide, because exactly what I said is exactly what just happened. I said a man will go around everything else and not tell you exactly what you did wrong and then say you don't take responsibility for it. But how are you going to take responsibility for something that you don't know that you did wrong? They'll be like, you know what you did, what you always do. Well, what do I always do? They can never give you a solid example of what you did wrong, but then they always say you don't take responsibility. Like, how could you take responsibility for something you don't know?
You for examples of how we don't do it with our significant.
We asking you, how did you do it with yours?
On your example, when you said things about a princess mentality, and she might not do this, or might think she's going to get a pass. Get a pass on what? forgetting to pay a bill or get a pass on cheating and sleeping with someone else.
Melly said, who's on the phone, Mr. Relationship Advice Man? No, we have Antonio Evans. Y'all were on the group chat yesterday. He be in the group talking junk about all the women. Antonio Evans. This is the one we got on the phone. And Alicia Schuler. Oh, she wrote it down there. I'm behind on the comments. Hold on. He said, can't stay on this one.
Go through the comments, girl.
The chick okay, let me give you an example then. The chick I'm dating right now, right? So I ask her to do stuff. I be like, listen, could you do this for me? And she might forget. So when I get on them, she might be like, why I had to do this? I had to do this. Instead of just saying, listen, I forgot. I fell asleep on your ass. I ain't gonna lie. Instead of just lying about it, be like, I had to do this and do that and do that. And you know your ass was laying in the bed watching P-Valley all day.
So that makes sense, though. But that's what I'm saying. We're talking about accountability for little things. So if you're saying you ask about
it could be little things.
I wasn't accountable today.
What's up, Anisha?
And it split my mind. I had other things that I was just dealing with, and I wasn't focused on it. But
that happens a lot with women. That's what men say. But now let's now let us not do something. You see how you see? They don't never hold us. You try to deflect it. Y'all get right on our ass. But when we get on y'all, well, you in your feelings. Why you can't just outside? I forgot. Like,
but you talking about doing stuff like,
listen, baby, I forgot. Listen, I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you later.
Antonio.
Like y'all. The drama is always extra. Like when y'all get on our ass, we can't say nothing.
Antonio, I got something to say. Listen, though, this is what you're saying. You talking about responsibility-wise. My thing is like...
Responsibility is like a synonym of accountability. So
but listen, though, this is what I don't get. Okay, so men, they expect women to do everything. And then the one little thing or this or that they don't do or don't do on time, that's the one thing that y'all want to nitpick about when they do everything else. Yes, we get mad about stuff because y'all don't have as much responsibility when it comes to stuff, especially when it comes to taking care of kids and all that other stuff. How many men do you see out there at the hospital and doctor's appointments and everything with their kids and picking up their kids and dropping them off? Yes, they do it, but most of the time it's the woman that has to do it. So yeah, if you get mad about one situation about responsibility wise, yeah, we're not worried about that because we got so much other stuff to worry about. And then we only ask y'all to do a couple things. So yes, if y'all don't do one out of the two things that we ask y'all to do out of everything, then of course we gonna get on y'all ass. What you mean?
Okay, so listen. So while y'all taking the kids at the doctors and all that, so what if the man is he sitting at home or playing video games, or is he
more than likely, most of the time, sometimes
he's providing, right? Or he's at home doing nothing.
But women are providers too. You act like women be sitting at home just not working. Most women work as well. So most women have to work, come home, cook, have to take care of the kids, do everything. And then we ask y'all to take out the garbage, and yeah, 2 days later the garbage is still there. Yes, we're gonna get on your ass. What you mean?
That's holding somebody accountable. That's yes. You're supposed to get on their ass. If you ask them 2 days and they ain't do it, yes.
Hold up, Melly. We got Melly on here. Melly said.
But let's say that man doing everything, and then we ask you to do something. Then you like, oh, I forgot. I was watching P-Valley, or I was cooking. Not cooking. I was on the phone with my home girl, or my sister.
You taking examples and literally making it seem like we just kind of like lounging around or doing like leisurely things. And when we talk about a man, you talk about
most women. When y'all get off work, y'all ain't doing nothing but lounging around.
After we get off work, we might chill for a few minutes.
What that woman has going on into consideration prior to asking her to do something for you. Like, do you know if she has other things with her day where she might be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it, or. You know, she may say, I'm going to do it because her intentions are good to do it. But do you know if she has other things going on? Because there's a difference with someone that is just sitting around and, you know, they have all the free time and you ask them to do one thing versus someone who has other things and they're also trying to add something else to their plate.
Amen. Hold up, y'all. I got a comment here, and this might have something to, you know, Melly's on here. You want to hear what Melly had to say? You remember last time you said you agree with her answer. Now you want to hear what she got to say today about what you said.
Is it about accountability, or is it about?
She got two things right here. You want to hear this?
What we were talking about attention.
Hold up. It might be both. You want to hear it?
You got to be petty, Keith.
Because he said Melly said the right thing yesterday. You want to hear what she said today? Melly said,
If she can't go back on what she said the other day, now that ain't right. Now, come on now, don't.
Look.
Cause we on live now. Don't
Look.
switch it up now.
look, Melly said men are genuinely liars. They know exactly what to say when they are wrong, and they are flat on their statement. While for women, genuinely love to talk, so she will go back and forth. And then, Lenard said fathers have the same responsibility. That's bullshit. Some fathers, not all. So don't go there. I know you know a lot of deadbeat fathers that don't do nothing for their kids, that don't spend no time with their kids. Melly said, so yes, men don't like to take responsibility. So for women too, when we want something out of a man, we can't get.
Group I'm in.
And Lenard said, y'all full of crap. Men work, cook, and clean. Some men do. I'm not taking that away from the men that do. My man does. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of men that don't. I know way more men that don't than men that do. So this is why we're talking about the ones that don't. We ain't talking about the ones that do. Because there's this many of y'all that do, and then there's this many of y'all that don't. Melly said,
so every man like that. Huh? So she's saying every man a liar? Like, all men are genuinely liars.
I'm thinking she did say, Melly, did you say all men? Let me see. She said,
She said all men. She
she said men are genuinely liars.
She just said men are genuinely liars.
See, she saying men, meaning all men. Men are plural, meaning all the men she know. Is it the men she know, or is she talking about all of them?
Melly, he said, is it the men you know, or you talking about all of them? Junior want to know why I skipped his comments. Let's go back. Hold up. Let's see what Junior had to say. He said, I don't have time for none of that. None of what? And then he said, you like chubby men.
You can't have this conversation
and cheeks hanging out.
To use men as the excuse for women to not take responsibility.
Thank you, Lenard.
So, hold on. And then Lenard, I'm also with you, Lenard, because he said fathers have the same responsibilities, so that's bullshit. And I'll agree, because my husband helps me. He goes to doctor's appointments. He goes on field trips. He helps take the kids.
I said some do, but some don't. My man does the same thing too.
So he's equally present. So I don't ever feel like I have to do more when it comes to my kids. But I do understand that that's not the truth.
For everybody. Thank you.
My experience is not everybody's experience. So I also understand why some people feel that, men have all this free time or they can just like leave their kids or they got kids in all different places. But that's not everybody's truth. Like some men are actually present, and I live it on a daily basis.
Relationship, we're talking about relationships.
Yeah, tell them to join the relationship group. Invite all your friends, Antonio.
So, Lenard is right, though. Like,
Junior said why y'all skipped his thing.
I got my lady right here, too. She can chime in, too.
Hey.
Hey, baby.
How you doing? Listen, we believe you, Antonio. We feel like you could be a great man, and I feel like there's a lot of great men. That's why I said my man is a great man. Alicia's man on here is a great man. But I'm not saying that every man. We have a lot more deadbeat men in the world than we do great men. There are lots of great men. Trust me, I know some of them, but I know a lot of terrible ones as well. So we're not talking about the good men. We're talking about the ones that...
Y'all categorize all us in one, but then when we categorize all women, y'all be like y'all got on me when I asked the question. All I'm saying, I'm giving you my perspective. So I was like, cool.
No, the subject tonight was, they said women never take responsibility. Why don't women ever take responsibility? So we were trying to figure out some examples of like real examples of stuff that's happened where it was just a situation where a woman, where they know they was wrong and then they just still was like, just decided not to take responsibility. That's what I want to know. Like, when was there a specific story?
Honest, right? So you never knew you was wrong and still never took accountability. Let's just be honest.
No.
So you always man up.
Yes. If I don't, Thank
you, Alicia.
Listen to me. No, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, if y'all let me say what I have to say, if y'all gonna let me say what I have to say, can I say what I have to say? Can I say what I have to say? Can I say what I have to say? Okay. My thing is that even at that moment, in the heat of the moment, yes, I might not take responsibility right then. But as soon as I am in my mind, I will always go back and apologize and take responsibility. Yes, I did. And I do. And if my man say I don't, then that's a lie, because I apologize plenty of times. even if it's through text message later on or whatever the situation is, I do. I might not do it at that moment because I'm in the heat of my, moment, and I'm being, having my pride. But trust me, when I think about it later on and we have that conversation, I do go back and I do say that, I probably was wrong for doing this or that. And I have said I was sorry. Yes, I do.
It's not about have you done it. He said, have you ever not? And
I said the times that I don't is I said, baby, initially I don't, but then later on I will.
They've been caught doing something because he's not talking about big things, even when you think about small things.
I'm talking about everything. I'm not. You trying to categorize it into one thing. I'm talking about everything.
But did y'all read the subject?
I have other things going on. You having other things going on is still not. It's not addressing.
But did y'all read the subject though? The subject was women never take responsibility. It ain't the point that we do take it at some times or whatever. It's never. They're saying that basically it doesn't matter how wrong we are. We just will never take responsibility. And I'm saying that I might not initially, but I will eventually. So yes, I will take responsibility.
Thank you. You're a manipulator. You're a good manipulator.
No, I answered the question. I just said exactly what it is. I might not at first, but I will eventually. Yes.
Hold up, because we got
that's a perfect example. See how you beat around the bush? I asked you one simple question, and you went in. You went trying to.
No.
Antonio, you can't be talking about that because you did the same thing.
You sure did. You better watch the first live, y'all. Listen, don't let Antonio get on here and try to make y'all think he in here telling some stuff.
We're talking about you right now.
You good. And so it's about accountability, right? So you're going to accept accountability that it's the same situation.
Are you going to accept it?
So
you not, I'm not. That's how men are. If you ain't gonna man up, I got a man up. See, y'all don't understand that about men. If you're gonna be manipulating and assuming, why do I need to be keeping it real if you ain't gonna keep it real? See, y'all women don't understand that. Like y'all don't think we have logic and feelings like we can understand what y'all doing. A lot of men sit back and don't say that they'll take it, but we know what y'all doing and know what's going on.
Well, Millie Bell first said men don't like to take responsibility. So for women too, when she wants something out of her man,
I already read those. You passed it.
It's pretty much it's almost like it's tit for tat.
I read that already.
Mom said y'all full of crap. Men work, cook, and clean. I agree.
Alicia, I already read some of these. Are you tuning me out?
You read the first one.
No, I read all of them down to Junior's where it says, "Why did you skip my comment?" And then I was trying to get. Yeah, like Milani. She said if you're B, what's that, baby mama? Just sitting around doing nothing and can't run a few errands, that's the kind of woman you choose. Ooh. We take accountability responsible around here. You heard that, Antonio?
No, what? What was it?
Melania said, if your baby mama just sit around doing nothing and you can't run a couple errands, that's the kind of woman that you chose. She said, we take accountability, responsibility.
Junior said Trump just won the election. What the hell?
He's lying.
What?
He probably lying. Ain't nobody else said that.
No.
Lenard said, it may not be true for everybody, but we trying to act like it's not the normal for us black men. What's up, Eric? What you mean? You say it may not be true for everybody, but we be trying to act like it's not the normal for us black men. What, like, being responsible? I mean, it's not the normal for most black men. And I'm not trying to be funny, but, I mean, I know way more men that are not responsible than there are. Listen, when I say stuff, I'm only speaking from my experience. I can't tell you what everybody else does. And I'm not going to get wrong. I mean, I'm not going to get mad at anybody else for saying what they feel. But to me, like I said, me personally, I know a lot more irresponsible men that don't take care of their kids and certain stuff. I don't date them. I don't, but I do know them because I'm in a business to meet and talk to a lot more people. So I'm not saying all men don't. Like I said, I have a good man that does, because if he didn't, he wouldn't be my man. And trust me, I just don't choose that type of man because I know I do a lot and I need, I might not need financial help, certain things like that, but I definitely need, my man to have my back and be supportive and, be helpful when he needs to be helpful. So Melly said not only a lazy woman will not move around and play her part in a relationship and not take responsibility.
Telling me what's being read in the message.
Huh?
I'm talking to my lady. I'm talking to my lady.
Oh, Junior said when they are wrong, they going to change it around to justify it.
See, this is like an argument. I thought we supposed to be like trying to understand.
We are. This ain't no argument. Listen, we grown people. We just having a grown conversation. Like sometimes we gonna disagree.
Blamed in the group. Why everybody getting like no woman's supposed to be like everybody supposed to be holding themselves accountable? What's going on?
Women, the guys are saying that we still blaming men, and they want us to say give them a reason without blaming men. So in the comments, if y'all can try, because we know it's the man's fault, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try to justify this for them, because we have to feed into their egos and let them know that they right all the time. So women, please try.
Listen, I got a couple more minutes. My lady needs my attention.
Oh, okay.
Here's what I will say that when it comes to taking responsibility or accountability, sometimes you're a product of your environment. If you're raised in a household where you have a single parent and you don't see a man loving a woman or a woman loving a man or, whatever type of relationship you have going on, if you're not used to seeing that and seeing people work through and honestly try to work through issues as a team, then most of the time, naturally, you're going to run into issues with accountability and taking responsibility. It's just that sometimes you're a product of your environment. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't realize. Sometimes when you only had a mom or a dad that was taking care of you, they didn't have to answer to anybody. And they walked around with that mentality like, I don't owe nobody an explanation. So for you as a single woman or man getting ready to date, you still, you carrying on like your parents did, where they might have said, I don't feel like I owe an explanation. And they may be like, well, I forgot, and that's just that. Or maybe not even, own up to the point that they forgot and maybe deflect from the situation. But I'm just saying that I've had moments where I haven't taken accountability. I've had moments where I felt like I didn't want to accept the responsibility. And sometimes it was because I had a lot on my plate. So if someone asking me to do something else on top of what I already had going on, even though I said I would do it, it just didn't get done. And it didn't get done because in my mind, I was looking at it like this is something extra that I'm going to try to do if I have time. And so if I run out of time, it's like I said I was going to do it, but I didn't make it a priority.
I think it's priority. Kids come first, and then your man come afterwards. So, yeah, if you run around doing a bunch of stuff with your kids and, taking care of the household and stuff for the kids, then, sometimes we just be tired and sometimes we don't feel like doing some of them extra things. So, it ain't the point of that, but I guess y'all just want us to say it just like that. Like, we just didn't feel like doing it. Is that responsible enough? I just don't feel like doing it. I ain't going to do it. Do it your damn self. Listen.
What if your partner wants you to do it? So your partner...
Is that responsible enough for y'all? I don't feel like doing it. I'm not going to do it.
Accountability is like, say, I ask you to do something, and you say you're going to do it, but you don't. That's what we're talking about. Like, I understand you say you're supposed to do something, but then you forget. That's not... But if I ask you to do something, I don't care if it's small, large. If I ask you to do something, and you say, okay, I'm going to do it, but then you don't.
You just rather say no.
I'm going to hold you accountable.
So just say no.
Instead of, just say no.
But if they say no, you ain't going to give them no attitude.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
But you ain't going to give them no attitude later because they don't want to do it.
You accountable, then you catch your attitude and shut down and then don't want to talk to me for 2 or 3 days or be acting mad. Now you madder than me. I don't make you lie to me.
But you ain't going to get mad and then try to find somebody else to do it. Or be like, I just find somebody else to do it. Because that's what men are good for, trying to find somebody else to do it.
If you're not going to do it, that's what men do. We'll find somebody else to do it.
Oh, my God.
So that's not a form of trying to find attention. Because you know your partner going to get mad when you go about and doing that. Why you can't just do it yourself?
Because I asked you to do it. Maybe I'm busy. Maybe you can handle it better. Maybe I need you to do it.
See, that's what they do.
But listen, that's a selfish mentality right there.
You just going to get somebody else to do it. You ain't going to do it. I'll find somebody else to do it.
No, I'm just saying like that. me and my partner and I ask her to do it, she don't do it. Of course I'm gonna do it myself. You talking about like sex or something? You talking about?
We ain't nobody said nothing about sex now. Ain't nobody said nothing about sex.
No,
We ain't said nothing about sex. We just talking in general.
That sound like you're saying.
Antonio said he might have to go in a minute. I don't know if we should go through the comments with him or.
Yeah, because y'all taking it somewhere else now. Lennar said, yeah, it's definitely easier for men to accept a woman being wrong and just move on.
Yeah.
We don't like to argue, so we'll just let it slide. And he said, I don't roll with any deadbeat dads. His circle is about 10 deep of married or long-term relationships.
That's what's up.
I ain't that type of dude. I'm going to hold your ass accountable.
Junior, Keisha, Junior's in the other room, girl. You might need to get a pot of hot grit.
And
Junior
throw it
said,
on.
women can't give a reason without blaming a man.
Thank you, Junior.
And a man can't give a real reason about what they say. I still ain't heard no real simple example.
Junior. He's my guy.
That's my man.
Lewis said, admitting you're wrong isn't feeding into anyone's ego. It's being responsible, and there's nothing wrong with that, lady.
I agree. I never said there was something wrong with
And
that.
Lennar told me to preach. Hey.
He said what?
I said, Lennar told me to preach.
He said Alicia preach or Keisha preach?
He said for me to preach, and Junior said I had a good response. Girl, you better go get some hot grit.
Oh, you said that was a good response to get hot grits and throw it on Junior?
No,
He said good response, Alicia. That's what you just said. You said get some hot
What
grits.
I said earlier. So I'm telling you, you might want to go ahead and get you a pot of hot grits for him, because he in the other room talking smack.
I handle him afterwards. I'll deal with that later.
Nelly says some men genuinely don't like responsibility. They'd rather hit and no strings attached so no baby and family talk not involved. On a real note, some men don't like the extra expense in their life.
They don't, but they keep doing stuff to have them extra expenses.
Lennar said y'all ladies want to fall in love with Obama type of dudes, but y'all keep dating future types of dudes and then be tripping.
Uh-oh.
That ain't everybody. Some women do. Some women do. I ain't gonna say everybody don't. I probably was like that at the time, but I grew up out of that. I ain't got time for it. If it ain't beneficial in my life and supportive in my life, I don't want
That was
it.
put very eloquently, my brother, about dating future types of dudes.
Okay, what is a future type of dude?
He's saying like you know how he treated Sierra, like them
What
dudes.
is a future type of dude?
Future, the rapper. He's saying they want Obama, but they get rid of Future.
I feel like he's a high value male. He has a lot of options. So if you're not following his program or he's with you, because a man supposed to lead, right? Can we agree on that?
A man should leave? You said a man should leave?
Yeah, you're right.
What happened though? What was the question? I missed
Women
it.
have that mindset also. Oh, he ain't acting right. I will move on from his day. You said it earlier. If you said, this is what you said. If your man wasn't doing what he your man because he do, or who was that, Alicia?
I was gonna say I ain't say Junior did what?
Now
You said, who was that said that earlier?
What?
Certain type of man, like if he wasn't taking care of his kids and wasn't helping.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want no deadbeat dad boyfriend. Hell no.
I can understand that. But let's break it down. Let's say your guy ain't treating you, loving you, caring for you, and treating you the way you want to. You ain't gonna stay around, is you?
No. Why would I?
So why do a man have to stay around with a woman?
They don't. I want my man to leave me. I want him if he feel like I'm not doing right. I want him to leave me. Like I don't want you staying around me and then doing what you want to do because you feel like you ain't getting it at home. Go on about your business and you move on with your life and I go on mine. Don't hold up my life while you trying to go look and see what you can find that's better. If that's what you feel, then leave me and go on about your day. What you mean? Yeah, I want my man to leave me. if he feel like I'm not doing right, yeah, go.
Do y'all think that people don't do things because they don't want to or because they don't care? Because that's a whole nother issue. Like, you do things you care about.
See, I feel like I do stuff, but
relationship is just, maybe that relationship is better off being severed if you feel like you're not getting if you feel like your glass is half empty being with someone all the time, then maybe that's not the person for you. Because if they really want you, they're going to do what they have to do for the person that they want.
Listen, but you know what? I feel like...
What's wrong with a man moving on?
There's nothing wrong with a man moving on. It's about a man moving on and telling the girl that he's dealing with that he's moving on and not just moving on his own while he's still stringing her along. That's the problem, is that men will move on and then it'll come back to you in a way that it's not tasteful. Like, it's okay if you decide that I don't want to be with someone, just be 100 about it and tell them that you don't want to be with them.
You know what, though? I feel like...
Because if I moved on, how am I still trying to be with you? I don't string you along. My experience... Let me finish, because you can interrupt me. Hold on, let me finish before you interrupt me.
Y'all ain't let me say nothing.
If I moved on, how am I still stringing you along? To my answer, when I move on, the chick always really want a closure, or they want to know, why you moving on? What
Guess
I
I'm
did?
gonna wind down Wednesday.
You know what you did. You ain't holding your side of the relationship up. So why would I stay? I'm going to move on.
But when you try to move on, men move on, and they're moving on while they're still
in a relationship, and telling the woman that they living with their homegirl or their roommate.
Some men, why do you think cheating is a thing? Like, men may have moved on, and sometimes they'll go and be with the person that they cheated on you with. It's because they moved on and they have not told you. So all I'm saying is that if your relationship is not healthy, then yes, move on. But when you move on, truly move on and make sure that everybody is on the same page, that we just not together. You
don't string people along if you know you ain't interested.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So where you think men learned that from, though?
From their daddies. Their daddy was a Rolling Stone.
We learned that from women.
Nah, y'all learned that from y'all daddy. What you mean?
It's called hypergamy. When y'all move on, y'all move up. Y'all don't just move on. Y'all don't just leave it. Y'all don't stick with that dude until somebody come along that's better.
So will y'all. What you mean?
Who's doing it?
But men do the same thing, though.
No, we learned that from women. That's the recent thing men started doing.
I think they learned that from their daddy.
Julian said a lot of people that never seen a relationship over 5 years think they got all the relationship answers. He ain't talking about me. He talking about y'all.
You said they ain't seen a relationship in over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
What that mean?
He said, but they think they have all the relationship answers.
But what that mean? You said... But listen, I mean, I feel like some people that ain't in relationships and haven't been in one in forever probably have way more better relationship advice than the ones that do. Think about it. It's so many people. It's so many people. No, for real. Think about it, though. Listen, y'all ain't gonna let me say nothing now. Y'all ain't gonna let me say nothing. No, but listen, it's just like we was talking about it too. Even like them strippers. We had a conversation on there about the stripper that got engaged and certain things like that. And we saying like how the strippers get wived and all this other stuff. These strippers like are really getting wived like every single day. But at the end of the day, they doing something that, you know, some people that's in a relationship, some people in a relationship just tolerate stuff just to have a relationship. And I ain't saying it's every relationship, but some people do. But then you got them other people that ain't just tolerating stuff. They might be a little bit more fun. They might do this. They might do that. And they can keep a man way longer, even if it's not in a serious relationship, than some women in a serious relationship. Like, you can have a man around, but don't mean you got his attention. Don't mean that he paying you attention. He's just there. So to me, I don't feel like not being in a relationship or having a relationship. Yeah, but I don't feel...
tolerate all that just if the pleasure is good.
And some women just don't want to accept anything. So I don't feel like their advice is any least acceptable because they don't sit and tolerate. Think about how much crap people go through in 5 years. There's a lot of women that have been cheated on 15 times in their 5 years and they still in their relationship. That don't mean that they could give you good relationship advice just because they sit there and tolerate stuff. They could teach you how to tolerate some shit just to have a man around. That don't mean that they giving you the best advice. I feel like a woman that probably ain't been in no relationship and certain stuff might know, because they're not going to just deal with just anybody. So yeah, they might. But think about it. Think about how many people you know in these long-lasting relationships. They done been through some stuff. Some of them have outside kids, all kind of stuff. That don't mean that they in a happy relationship. They might be happy, but they done been through some things.
Yeah.
They tolerate each other. That's what they do. After years, they might have learned to love each other. after all the BS they done been through. But at the end of the day, I don't think that they know more qualified than a person that ain't been in a relationship or been in a long relationship.
The only thing I would disagree on that is that when you're in a long-term relationship, I think that you deal with more challenges. So the challenging aspect is correct, but I think that you learn how to get through them. And sometimes when people can't hold on to a relationship, and I'm not saying be in a relationship where you're being mistreated or, being cheated on or whatnot, but I am saying that sometimes every issue is not an issue where everybody has to throw in the towel. And so sometimes I think that that's the stigma that people get when they haven't been in a relationship. They get the stigma that
they can't keep a man.
They're going to tell you to leave. They're going to tell you, it's other people out there, but you might not get somebody that you can be with long term. So I think it can go from both extremes. I've had single people give good advice, and I've had points where I wasn't in a long-term relationship, and I felt like I gave solid advice.
Yeah, because you could teach people from your mistakes. That don't mean that you can't give good advice because you ain't in no long relationship. I just feel like you can tell people from your mistakes, and maybe they can learn something from that. It's just what people take from what you say. Just because you tell somebody to leave their man don't mean they gonna leave their man. If they still want to be with their man, like, they still gonna stay with their man. They gonna sneak around. They gonna do whatever they gotta do to be with their man. Trust me. I ain't never heard a person say leave and then the person just leave their man. So
we call that monkey branching. Women don't leave nothing. They ain't gonna leave no man they with unless they find something better. They don't want to be alone. They gonna find somebody better first. Then you gonna come on one day and all her shit gonna be gone.
But you know what? And I feel like I'm the opposite of that.
Another man. She will already have that life established.
But Antonio, I feel like listen, no, you saying now you generalizing. You're generalizing again. And I feel like I'm the opposite because I stayed by myself longer than I stayed, with somebody to find somebody better. Like, I'm the type of person, I kind of act first and then I, ask questions later. So by then I'm already out of relationship and just have to be single, for however long until I find what I'm looking for. So that's why I said some things you say, it's just the opposite for me because I don't just stay in a relationship till I find somebody else. If I feel something ain't right or I don't like it, I'm leaving that relationship. And by then it ain't coming back. So I stayed single for like a whole year. Like, before I got with my boyfriend now, I was single basically like 2-3 years. I dated and talked to people, but I don't.
So you wasn't talking and you weren't doubling back. No time.
No, I had friends. No.
You were just single before you got what you do.
Yeah.
You weren't dating nobody. You went.
I had friends. Like, I would go out. Yeah, I go out to eat and stuff like that. Was I sexual with them and certain things? No, I wasn't leading them on in no type of way, making them feel like we was in a relationship. We was just friends hanging out, and they was occupying my time, but that was it. When it come to sexual, wasn't no kissing, no this, no that, whatever. No, I was single for a while before I got into a relationship.
And the same goes for me. I was like completely single. Like, my phone was dry as hell when I broke up with my last boyfriend before I met my husband. And I was single, and that went on for, several months. Like you said, people might occupy your time, but if I tell them I'm not looking for something, or if I'm very specific what I am looking for, I wasn't going to settle. And so I didn't. But I don't think that every woman literally, like, leaves from a situation, and some women do, but that's why sometimes history repeats itself, because you have to take time to heal and figure out even what was wrong in your current relationship.
Or what you want in your next relationship.
That you can now incorporate into your next situation. Do you really know what you want now from, after having been in a relationship? So I get what she's saying, because it's a fine line when you generalize things, because you may have seen women do that, but now you're hearing from two women that are telling you, I don't do that.
I don't do that either.
It's not something you can generalize.
Well, why do you generalize?
I'm not.
That's what we're trying to. That's what the whole accountability.
I didn't come up with the topic. I'm just here.
Listen, though. You know, I know we probably going way over time, especially because this is like my second live for the night. I'm gonna have to go back and just give y'all the recap in a minute of what we went over. But I do feel like tonight it probably sound like, you know, we bashing each other in this argument. It's not. We just grown people having a grown up conversation. I mean, sometimes we gonna agree, sometimes we ain't gonna agree. And sometimes the stuff I say, I talk just out of my experiences and the stuff that I see. But I'm not saying that this is all men and this is all women. Like, you know, I don't like to use generalizations. I say it because it's, you know, we on the live and we talking. So, you know, that's how you excite the conversation. But at the end of the day, yeah, my opinion is my opinion. Y'all opinion is y'all opinion. But at the end of the day,
I appreciate y'all inviting me to the group.
No.
I enjoy the group so I can learn a woman's perspective so I can treat my lady better.
yes, and we want you to treat your lady
She say
better.
I'm stubborn.
Oh,
I'm kind of selfish.
oh,
You know, I'm want things my way.
oh.
And
So you need to put her in the group.
Right? Put her on the group. Let her see what you be on here writing.
I'm trying to get her in the group. She ain't friendly. Let's put it like that.
She ain't got to say nothing. She can just sit and watch and read.
Me, and I love it.
She can just read all your comments all
She
day.
ain't talkative like that. She ain't gonna be.
Listen, we got a lot of people in the group that don't talk and don't say nothing. This information is for everybody. If you can use it, you use it. If you can't, then you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like one day it might just be something that pertain to you or that might make you feel better. We put motivational stuff in things as well. So if y'all in the group, y'all on the live, make sure y'all liking, sharing, and commenting. Invite more people. You know, we're trying to build the group up. I feel like we're doing good. So far, so good. And Antonio, I mean, we appreciate you coming. Alicia, this is her first time coming on the show, too. So I appreciate my sister, Alicia. We got Antonio. I keep calling her Antonio. I'm sorry. But listen, before we go, I don't want people to feel like we just a group that we just sit around and we just bash men and women all day, because we don't do that. So, you know, we love our men and we love our women. We all in, you know, healthy relationships right now. So I just want us to go around and say something positive about, you know, what we love about men or women, just because, you know, we don't want to leave off on that vibe that we just, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So go ahead, Antonio. What you love about your woman?
I love her realness. She has my back. She's loyal. When I'm going to sex, she's concerned. She's caring. Like, you know, I ain't had that growing up, you know.
That's what's up.
Kind of like on my own. Me and my brother. I'm the oldest. Me and my brother and my sister. From a single mother. And, you know, mom was always working, 2 jobs, doing other stuff. And I had to grow up fast. So all that I didn't get when I was a child, I get it from her.
She sounds like she's a nice woman. We like to meet her one day, get on the show. I know she ain't friendly, but, you know, we could have some grown, you know, woman conversations on here. Or she could just come in the group and just, you know, check it out. She ain't got to stay in. She ain't got to say nothing, you know.
She don't want to say nothing. She right up.
She said hi. She said hey to us earlier. Well, tell her thank you for letting you come on the show and letting us take your attention up for a few minutes. What about you, Alicia? What you got to say? What you love about your man?
I love my man because he's the opposite of the stereotype that women have of men. So he's a provider. He's, you know, he helps cook. He helps clean. He helps take care of our children. And he's so involved in everything. And he's attentive to me as well as kids. And so I feel like, you know, he kind of stresses himself, but he's all about his family. And I love that because I feel that family is important to me as well. And I feel like it's important for my kids to see, you know, first off, 2 parents loving each other. But not only that, but to also see Black love in an environment where people are making it out as if that doesn't really exist, or there's not successful relationships that last, you know, for an extended period of time. Every situation is not going to be a baby mama, baby daddy situation.
Yes. Well, I'm going to tell y'all, I have a whole list of reasons why I love my man. And if y'all on my Facebook and Instagram, y'all see it all the time. Because he is sexy and chocolate, and he is very nice to me. He takes care of me. He loves me. He loves my daughter. He loves his family. He loves my family. He's a hard worker. He take the garbage out every day, and I ain't got to ask him to do it. You know, he just goes out his way for us every day. And yes, I mean, yes, there are great black men that do exist. So just because I talk junk don't mean I ain't got one, because I definitely got one here. So yes, we love our men, black men, women. So I appreciate you guys for coming on the show tonight. I hope I can have you guys back on again. I hope that you guys will invite some more people, you know. And I want you guys to continue to comment in here. We had 2 guests on tonight, so it was a little bit hard to keep up with all the comments and everything, but we will definitely continue responding and talking in the comments for this live tonight. I think it was a very helpful conversation. And I enjoyed you guys, so I hope you guys are going to come back on the show again soon. Wine Down Wednesday, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Bring your wine, your drink of choice, whether it's water, whatever you like to drink. And Alicia, Antonio, did they hang up on me? Oh.
I'm here.
Oh, Antonio hung up. All right, so we've been on for 1 hour and 6 minutes now. Well, Alicia, we will definitely talk later. Thank you for coming on, and I hope to see you back on the show again. And
Love you, Pat.
I love you too. I'll talk with you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. I know there were some more comments that we didn't get to go through. We'll comment throughout the live. Just make sure you guys are liking, sharing, and commenting on here. All we talked about tonight was how women don't take responsibility for anything. I mean, we went a little left and then a little right and then back to the left again. So, I mean, we had some good conversations, some helpful information. Just make sure you watch it. There's a part 1 as well because it got cut off in the middle of the live because my sister called me. So, I'll see you guys next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Wind Down Wednesday. Tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week. Good night.